Today we're going to be checking out the Corsair M75 Air Mouse. This mouse is going to be designed for esports pros who want a bare-bone mouse that's wireless, that is as fast and light as possible. So in the box, what you're going to get is, of course, going to be the mouse, the SLIPSTREAM USB-A wireless receiver, and a USB-A to USB-C charging / connection cable. So first impressions with this mouse, it's going to be absolutely lightweight. This thing literally feels like I'm holding a feather. I mean, this thing is extremely light and it's only going to come in at 60 grams in weight. A lot of gamers love the lightweight mice because it feels like you have as least resistance as possible and you can really have these accurate hand movements and gestures, which is really useful in FPS type games. As far as build quality goes, this thing is going to be really nice. If I do a little shake test, there's really no moving parts. So overall, very good on Corsair's end constructing a lightweight mouse like this that has high performance. And as far as the actual materials, this thing is pretty much going to be made fully of plastic to keep it as lightweight as possible, and it's going to be kind of like texturized plastic, so you're going to have a pretty good grip. I can grip it comfortably with my palm, where my palm just rests on top of the mouse. I can do claw grip comfortably as well, where the bottom of my knuckles are on top of the mouse. That feels comfortable. And I also can do the fingertip grip, where my hand kind of just floats above the mouse. This also feels quite comfortable. And then as far as hand size goes, I have mid-sized hands, and I feel like if you had slightly larger or slightly smaller hands, this mouse would still feel perfect. Now, if we take a look under the mouse, you can see there are going to be a few things here. Firstly, you're going to have a place where the USB dongle can be stored if you just want to store it while traveling. That can easily be done like that. And then you're going to have these skates here, which are going to just be on the front and back, and then in the middle around the center as well. And they're not going to be using too many skates because they want to keep it as lightweight as possible. And then this triangle button is basically going to be the button that changes the different connection modes the mouse operates in. And the mouse has two different connection methods. It has Bluetooth mode, or it has the SLIPSTREAM USB-A dongle, which is the recommended method to use this mouse with because it's going to be the least latency and fastest connection method. Now, as far as battery life goes, this thing is going to last you for 100 hours via Bluetooth. And with the SLIPSTREAM receiver, this battery life is going to last you for up to 34 hours. So they advertise it as 100 hours just to make it look good on paper, but in reality, it's going to be 34 hours if you're using this, which is totally fine. If you're going to be using it at your desk, you have your cable right next to you, it's really not a big deal. And then to recharge this thing from 0 to full, it's going to take about 1 hour, or precisely 75 minutes as advertised on their website. So let's go ahead and plug this in and do a little walk around of what the software actually looks like. So once you install the Corsair IQ software, this is going to be the screen you're greeted with when you actually plug the mouse in. If we go ahead and press it, you can see we do have a few different options. If you simply hover over any of the buttons, you can go ahead and customize what some of the key commands do by simply pressing this. You can assign a keyboard shortcut, a language shortcut, a mouse shortcut, keystrokes. You can type in regular text, media controls, launch apps, disabling, profile switching, as well as a custom macro. And to change the view, you just simply press this up here, and then you can access these two side buttons as well, which can be customized. And by default, they're going to be back and forth. Then if we go ahead and press the DPI button, this is where you can change what the DPI setting is. So by default, we're going to have two of them, and you can adjust them over here. Then you have surface calibration, where you can calibrate it to your mouse pad. And those are pretty much going to be the settings when the software with this mouse. And then this mouse is going to be using a 26K DPI sensor. So it's going to be pretty fast. It's not going to lag, and you have a lot of control on how fast or slow the motion is with the mouse. Let's do a quick click test on the Corsair M75 Air to show y'all what this thing sounds like. Sounds really good overall, not too clicky where it just feels cold and soulless, and not too mushy where it just feels cheap. And as far as noise levels go, I would say it's somewhere in the middle. It's not too loud or not too quiet, so it's not really going to be distracting to people in your environment so much. And as far as click pressure required on each clicker, I would say here it's a little harder to click, but as you move your finger up on the mouse, it gets easier and easier. And the sweet spot is around right here around the scroll wheel. Any further up here, here, it's going to be difficult. And the reason I bring up the click pressure is because if you have a child using this mouse, their fingers are going to be really short and they're going to be registering the click where it's very hard and requires a lot of pressure to actually click it. So overall, solid mouse. If you want to see my video on the Logitech Super Light 2 mouse, be sure to click the video up here. And with that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.